Guys, so today we are gonna be talking about again the update on Tokyo Olympics after last week of a decline in COVID cases in Japan currently increase again, which causes major concern, especially from the Prime Minister Suga, which says that there's a possibility that the crowd, the 10,000 people going into the stadium to watch the Olympic may not be allowed, or the decision of allowing spectator to go in and watch the game live on the stadium will be will be overturned, which causes some concern to you because it's around 19 days left, around 18, 19 days left before the Olympic starts again. And the biggest problem right now lies within the government on how they could handle this situation. Of course, with vaccine only, we cannot really expect anything, but we have to expect the worst, especially when all of the athletes are coming into Japan to Tokyo currently, and they have to do a 2 weeks to 3 weeks quarantine, I think, before they can go into the match. One particular, I think, USA track and field athletes get COVID, which causes him or her to not get to play in the Olympic for the sports. And this has become a major issue currently that basically a lot of people have been opposing it. In Japan, they still opposes it. And the possibility of the Olympic being cancelled is still on the table, even though it's people say this. A lot of government IOC says that it's basically it's just close to 0% of possibility, but it's still there. There's still a chance of it being cancelled if certain conditions are met, I think. However, it's still, I would say, it's still going on, and the vaccination program has also been ramping up. I think recently 1 million doses per day, which is the target. I think it has already been reached. I think, especially with the restriction for the vaccine right now is been lowered towards the adult, like 21 to I think towards the older one. And the big issue of the vaccine right now lies within this older age group, which covers the majority of Japan, I would say, the majority population from Japan. Well, the minority will be the foreigner and the younger generation. Of course, the younger generation, the foreigners will be willingly go to the vaccine, but to reach the herd immunity, of course, we cannot rely just only with the young people. The older people is the problem right now. Of course, there is a lot of older people who cannot use phone or gadgets, and they are some of them live far away that they have to go down the road, which so basically they don't have the transport or they don't know the information. There's also some that fear for the vaccine because they of old conservative mindset, which can cause it to happen. But then it's becoming more of a problem for the older generation. However, the younger generation are willingly getting vaccinated, and that's a positive sign. And then, moreover, the Olympic has been really, I would say, volatile recently. We don't know whether it will be held with a spectator or with no spectator. If it was held with some spectators, then it would be at least compensating for the Olympic. However, if it was done with zero spectators, it becomes more of a problem because it's people who are buying the tickets and can go to watch. will need a refund and which will cost more money. And when it costs more money, then the IOC might lose more money. That's the biggest issue currently. Well, in other news right now, currently Japan has proposes a new bill that says that they will be implementing a 4-day work days for the workers to work. However, this has not been really pushed. It has been proposed, so if it gets approved, things would get better as it is part of the Japan economic boost, I would say. However, with this 4 days work, there's a big issue that has been really recently brought up. The problem with this is not that the 4-day work is not effective, or the what you call it, the basically just the productivity, we still don't know whether it can increase or decrease. And this 4-day work days is to be, I think, to summarize it, some of them says that the company will does not need to like will is not forced to apply this method, especially this method or this thing, this 4-day work for, I think, for the company, which means that they only work 4 days and they get 3 days off. I mean, it has been proven, I would say. There are some companies that have started it, and it has been proven that their productivity increased over time. But now the problem with Japan is their conservative mindset that should be changed instead of this 4-day implementation. Because some companies will not want to do it, of course, because they would be thinking that it's, how do I say, it's quite a dangerous mindset, especially for them. Especially when they think of 4 days work days, they would think about how is the productivity will be going, will it be getting worse or getting better. Secondly, this Japanese mindset of working long hour overtime is good because they want the promotion. Especially when they work overtime, they would not get paid for the overtime, but they will only get paid for the working hours. And this issue has been really problematic, especially when a lot of people working in Japan has been going on the suicide, and this has been come, basically they are going into the suicide path because of this stressful working 6-day work, basically because they are scared to take a 1 day off due to the boss saying that they would become, I would say, scared, or they would become like not able to get the promotion. Especially this is becoming a huge issue, especially for these people. And according to some people, some expert, they say that we need to change the core of the problem, which is the mindset of Japan and the company, that 6-day work days is not productive at all. It's not efficient. It's not productive. Instead, we should move on from the conservative mindset and going into the millennial mindset, which means that it will be a 4 days work day, and the focus will not be on how long you can work there, how long you can stay there and work. Instead, what is the productivity that you come out with? What's the result? Is the result is something that's uh, hitting the target, in which if it hits, then you can have a chance of promotion. That's the thing that have been really going on with some of the company. That's why they are much more successful than the other. While Japan, there seems to be a lot of them seems to be thinking, especially young people seems to be thinking, working on a desk job, wearing suit and dress shoes and just work there. It's something that is not what they aspire to do, but it's what they do. It's what they are being forced to do because it's something that it's almost like 100% guarantee you can get money, you can work there, but it's only the money is only like for stable, for like an okay, like for daily life it's enough, but it's not enough for other stuff, I would say. And this problem will be if the if it was successful, if companies change their mindset, I would say Japan will be heading towards the China, the US, the who else, the China and the US, and maybe India. I would say the top of the economy, developed country. It's not developed country, successful country like US and China. And so the reason why South Korea is also, I would say, success in the economy is because of globalization. Japan, the problem is that they're very close. It's a close country that people think that it's fine to be a close country. Instead, where instead they need to be a globalized country. I would say, just look at South Korea and how they are. And the reason why South Korean product is really, I would say, really popular these days is because of globalization. They they use their own brand to export their commercial, to export their, yeah, basically their commercial, their everything else that can catch the other people eyes out in Western countries, in Asian, in maybe European, African, and in Australian. While Japan, they are in their own bubble, which means that they are focused on their own country for local. But for foreign, it's quite difficult to find actually. So that's a contrast between those two. That's why South Korea has been a more successful in commercial, in economic, and in business, I would say. However, in Japan, I would say they have potential, but they need that economic boost and they need that globalization to be able to get towards where South Korea, US, and Japan, and then China is, and hopefully it can reach there one day. So I think that's it, guys, for now. Hopefully you guys like this video, share and subscribe, and share your comments on what do you think about the 4-day work days for Japan to be implemented in Japan and maybe in other countries too. So hopefully you guys like this video, subscribe and share and comment and like this video for more future videos. So see you guys next time. Bye bye.